everyone, I wanted to do what month are we in? February and March homeschool update. I filmed a mid-year update, I think at the beginning of January. So I thought I would update again because it gets to be a lot if I only do it like once a year. So I'm gonna start with our group subjects. So I think I mentioned in that January video that we were trying out Hoffman Academy. We switched fully over to Hoffman Academy. We were only on unit 1, but we are up to lesson 10 this week. We just do it once a week, and I just printed out some of the sheets that they might need, and then I have I don't know where it went. I have a dry erase marker that I keep in here, and so that way they can both work through it. So that's going well. They really like it. They like the instructor. They like the lessons, and so if we can finish unit 1 by the end of this school year, I will be happy with that. What else do we have for group? We have math. So we are doing Math with Confidence grade 5, and we also have been using a little bit of jump math. Now, I may have mentioned this in my January video, but I kind of panicked when we started the very first unit of Math with Confidence because my kids were like they'd never done math before. And we put all math away for several weeks, and then we pulled out jump math and we started working through jump math. Now, I like jump math to supplement Math with Confidence because they cover the same topics. It does it in a slightly different order, or they'll put more of a topic together, whereas Math with Confidence might spread it out over random different lessons. So we've done a lot of jump math. And then I was like, you know what, let's go back to Math with Confidence because I know that that works. And in retrospect, I wish that when we all freaked out in the very first unit that I had just kind of taken a few days, let it all sit, and then come back to it because it really has been fine. So, but because of that, because we spent a lot of time on jump math, we are only on unit 5. But it's going well, it's fine. We're just not as far as I would like to be. So we will be doing math through the summer. I can almost guarantee it. Science is still going really well. They are doing earth science through Science Mom. And I believe we are up to, I think they did lesson 38 today. So we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more lessons, and then they will be done with science for the year. They really, really like it. They fill out notes as they go. Sometimes there's art projects. There are little quizzes at the end of units, and so that's kind of nice. I have them do the quiz, and then they watch the quiz video that explains it and the answers. So it's been going really, really well. I'm happy with that. And then Curiosity Chronicles is also still going well. We, I think, are pretty caught up. We got a little behind over the holidays, but we are in the second book now. And I believe we're on chapter 54. We did chapter 53 today. So I think that's pretty decent. It's going well. We are also doing Lit House Learning along with it. Although I space it out a little bit. We're doing Lit House Learning for writing, but it also really helps with our history comprehension. And so we are purposely like several weeks behind Lit House Learning. Like we're not matching up with Curiosity Chronicles. I like to have a little break because then they have to remember that information again when we pull out the writing assignment. And I kind of like that for them. So that's still going well. Is that all I have for group? Let me think. Okay, so for kind of like our science novel study kinds of things that we've been doing, we are doing an energy unit right now, And my son read City of Ember. My daughter had already read this one, and so she read a different book. I don't have it because I had to return it to the library, but it was the first book in this Max Einstein series. They don't show the cover of it, but it was the first one in here. Both of them had to do with energy, alternative energy sources, that kind of thing. So with that, they both read those books, and we did, I'm going to make a whole video about this unit when we're all done, but they both did like summaries as we read, or as they read. So they finished their novels, and right now we're going to come back to their novels. We're going to tie in what we're learning in this book back into a project with their novels towards the end. But like I said, I'll make a whole video on that. But right now in this book by Nomad Press, this is Energy, Investigate Why We Need Power and How We Get It. So we are just reading a chapter out loud, and while I'm reading or after I'm reading, they're doing like a page in their science notebook. Let's see if I can find my daughter's. So they're doing kind of their own notes as I read, and then I am typically picking one of the little experiments or projects at the end to do. So anyway, this is what we're working on right now as far as those like science novel combo studies that I had talked about in previous videos. We are not as far in those as we should be. There are still, we're probably not going to finish this one until the end of April because I have some other components we're going to bring in. But I would still, if we can, really like to get to this one. I had a unit planned for, Song for a Whale. I have one for the house that Lou built, and I have one for Honestly Elliot. So in a perfect world, we will get to these in the last quarter of the year. Will we really? I don't know, but that's my hope. They could carry over into summer if need. Oh shoot, we had a robot one too. So there's 4 left. Yeah, it's unlikely. I'm probably gonna have to make a decision here pretty quick. The next one I think we're gonna do though is the robot one, because I originally picked this because it was a Torchlight book, which if you watch my other update, you know that we kind of stopped most of the Torchlight stuff. My daughter has already read this book. She loved it. So my son is reading it right now, and he said he really likes it too. But I had picked this one for my daughter. I thought this was a really good book, but I don't think my son would enjoy reading this one as much. So my son has already started this. I have a unit from Lit House Learning. I'll show you that when I get to his. But anyway, when we finish electricity, probably robots is going to be our next little unit. But that's kind of how that's going. We're not quite as far as I feel like we should be, but it'll be fine. Art, we kind of slowed down on a bit. We're still going back and forth between Atelier, Homeschool Art, and the Paint Lab for Kids. This is the Atelier. There are 3 DVDs. There's 5 lessons on each DVD. My goal right now is we have 1 more left on the first DVD. And if we can finish that this year, that would be great. And then I will carry the other 10 over into next year. And then we also have been alternating art with sewing, hand sewing right now, using this book. Is it still going well? Yes. Are we behind? Yeah, also yes. They have done their needle house, which is this. So they cut their pattern and they sewed it. These are all their practice ones. And then my daughter was trying to make like an otter pillow just on her own. So anyway, it's fine, but I think there's 4 more that I want to get to this year. Let me see, sewing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more that I want to get to this year. So we'll see. And then I think the last group kind of subject that we've been doing is Microsoft Office for Kids. We are through the first 2. We're ready. Again, we've been alternating this with like some coding things. So one week we do this, the next week we've been doing some Scratch coding. So we're through the first 2 lessons here. We are ready to move on to lesson 3, which is taking apart a computer. So they're pretty excited for that. And lesson 2, they made stickers, and I don't know where those are, but lesson 1, they were just kind of, I just copy it out for them so they each have a copy, and then I have this one to read from. But so anyway, that's going well. They actually really like it. And I think that's pretty much it. The writing revolution, I work it in where it makes sense to do so. So we are still doing the writing revolution. Okay, so that's it for our group subjects. Let's look at my 3rd grader. So I write his assignments out for him just in this little notebook that we have. And he does not have a lot to do. Oh, he did this today. He does not have a lot to do because he finished vocabulary workshop. So this is completely done for the year. This is such a good fit for him. He really, I think, enjoys it, and he does really well with it. So this is done. Yay, we finished something. And then his handwriting, we were cleaning up some print issues. I don't know where I put that book. We were cleaning up some print issues. Oh my gosh, I have zucchini bread in the oven right now, and it's almost done, and it smells so good. I hope it doesn't burn because I'm not paying attention to it. All right, I don't know where I put. He was using handwriting without tears. It's yellow. I literally just had it like 5 minutes ago. Oh, there it is. So he was using this just to fix some print issues that he had. It's good, he's good. He didn't finish this. I think he got about halfway through it, and I feel like he's good. So we're popping back over to cursive. That's still going well. He's using cursive logic, and he just does 1 page a day. So he will finish this probably the end of next week. So that's exciting. He's still doing his journal 1 day a week. His daily word ladders, he does 2 of them 1 day a week. So he is on page 75 out of 105. So that's going great. He loves those. He's working his way through language fundamentals grade 3. He is on page 127 out of 216. So he just does 1 page front and back each day. Still going well. I like it. It's working for him. And he is doing heart and mind. He will finish this week. At the end of this week, he'll be done with this. When he's finished with this, he is going to move on to, where did I put it? He's going to be reading a health book. But I don't know where I said it. I think I'd be more, oh, here it is. He's gonna just read through this Ultimate Kid's Guide to Being Super Healthy. So he'll finish out the year with this. And his last independent thing, so we've been doing journeys and wonders. We just finished the first 5 units in journeys. Those went, I thought, really well. I just had used where did I put it? I had just used some packs that I bought off of Teachers Say Teachers to get through those, and that went well. But again, I literally just had it before I started this video. Anyway, that went well. But we're taking a break. We're kind of just testing things out this year with him. Like, what do we like? What works? I still can't decide which I like better, journeys or wonders. I thought it was journeys, but now I'm kind of thinking wonders. But anyway, we did 5 in journeys. We're taking a little break from that. And he is reading that Wild Robot book. And I have Lit House Learning unit to go with that. So that's kind of what he is working on there. It's got vocabulary and some character things, and then the writing portion of it. So he's going to be doing this for about a month is how I have it planned out for him. And yeah, so that's going great as well. And I think that's all his stuff. Let me see. Oh, social studies. Okay. So social studies, this is going as well as it can. So my husband does social studies with them because it's an interest he has, and he has a lot of knowledge in that area. But because he works full time, and it's up to him to do this, so sometimes it gets forgotten or pushed aside. So we may have to make a change to that, because I think he is only up to chapter 5. Like, he's just at the end of chapter 4, and there are like 20 chapters in here, I think. But we like this. This is for Ohio Social Studies standards, and my husband asked me to go ahead and get the grades for next year because that's what he would like to use again. So anyway, we're just moving a little slow, but I don't have a lot of control over that. So, all right, that is 3rd grade. 6th grade. How is 6th grade going? It's going fine. So she is reading through Harcourt Health and Fitness. She just reads one lesson Monday through Thursday, and then she tells me about it. So she is up to page 284. So we should finish this before the end of the year. No problem. That's kind of what she has left. I don't like go crazy with this. She just reads it. She tells me about it. I ask her some questions or start any conversations that I think we need to have. So that's going well. She also has word ladders. She does 1 page front and back every Friday, and she's on page 77 of 106. So that one should be fine. We did switch her vocabulary in, I think, January over to a different Sadler vocabulary. This is Vocabulary for Success Level A. It is for 6th grade. The reason I like it is because there's only 10 words that they have to work with in a unit, and it's going fine. Will we finish this before the end of the year? Probably not, but it's working well. So I'm liking that. Her social studies is kind of the same thing. She does this with my husband, and she has, she's on chapter 5. She finished chapter 4. So again, though, there's 20 chapters. When they'll finish it, I don't know. All right, for language arts, we are still doing Fix It Grammar. It's going great. We are on 148, page 148. This, what week is that? 25, and I believe there's only 30 weeks in here. So we will finish this soon. Yeah, there's 30 weeks in there. This is going great. I have her rewrite her things in cursive, so that is her cursive practice. What we did add in for her, so we are still doing the Writing Revolution, but as I was selecting curriculum for her for next year, I realized that I needed her foundation in writing to be a little stronger, and I wish I had started the Writing Revolution with her sooner, but because I hadn't, we have structure and style. Now, I had originally bought this to use like that start this past fall, and then when I made the decision to do the Writing Revolution kind of with both my kids together, I set this aside, and I was going to decide I would either use it in 7th grade or I would resell it. Well, I decided to go ahead and start it now. So she is on week 8 right now, and there are how many weeks? Are there 30? 26? 24? I don't know. Let's see. 24 weeks. So she's on week 8. So we're a third of the way through. We're just gonna push through and get this done. I mean, we're not going to like speed it up because I think it's important to kind of take her time through the levels, but if we'll either continue it through the summer, or where we get to at the end of the school year, we'll pause and then continue it, pick it back up in 7th grade, but it's going really well. And I will say, I've started now watching the video lessons, just kind of, before she does them, so that I kind of know what's expected of her. But in the beginning, I was not watching them. There was one that was a little gender stereotypical stuff, gender stereotyping. It was fine. It wasn't a big deal. We talked about it, but I do watch the lessons now, not necessarily for that reason, but so that I can better support her in it. So on the weekend when I'm getting things ready, I just watch the lesson. They're streaming kind of at my desk while I'm doing other things. I just kind of am listening to it, so I have an idea of what she is going to be listening to. But the one thing that I've really noticed is how well these two work together. You'd think they were designed that way. It's going really well because not only now can she pick out who, which clause in here, but she can figure out a way to write one in here. And they really do help each other. And between these two things and the writing revolution, I'm really starting to see a lot of connections being made with her, and I'm loving it. So yeah, these are both going really well. All right, what else do I have for her? Okay, so for literature, we've been doing a few things, and I've made some other videos. We did we did one Hearth and Story 6th grade unit for Double Dutch. We have the second one, which she will be doing. This is one I had bought a Lit House Learning Pack for, so I wanted to make sure we did it. And it's a level 2. We've been working through level 1 in the Lit House Learning Pack, so I wanted her to kind of jump up to level 2 because I think she's ready. So she's reading The Griffins of Castle Carey, and she is doing the student workbook from Lit House Learning. And that's going well. She'll finish that next week. I still have a lot though for her to finish this year for literature. We have, this is the other Hearth and Story unit that I want to do, Starry River of the Sky. I also have actually I have 3 core knowledge units that I want to do. Will we get to them? I don't know. I'm going to try. So we have one 6th grade one, which is Calling All Minds by Temple Grandin. I really want to do that. Okay, where was I? My alarm went off for my zucchini bread. And it stopped my recording. Plus, I really needed to take that out of the oven. It smells so good. Okay, so what we have left that I still want to finish before the end of the year. It's likely we're not going to get to these, but we'll see. We'll do what we can. She's a pretty fast reader, but I want to make sure we're taking the time to study the literature because I think that that's important. There's benefits to reading and enjoying, but there's also benefits to kind of dissecting what you're reading. So, Hearth and Story, Starry River of the Sky. I'd like to get through that. I'd like to get through the 6th grade core knowledge unit using Calling All Minds by Temple Grandin. And then I have 2 7th grade units that really stuck out to me when I was doing my research for what to do for language arts for 7th grade. And I still really want to do these even though I'm not going to do core knowledge for 7th grade, but I still want to try to do these and I thought we could maybe get to them this year. So Hello Universe is one and Code Talker is the other. So I would still like to get to those for her this year, but you know, we only have a couple months left, so I may be crazy. Well, I'm sure I'm crazy, but we'll see if we can get to them or not. All right, is that all of her? Oh, she has Heart and Mind as well, but she just does this on Fridays. And so she's only to page 54 on hers, so we'll see. But when she finishes her health, then she can start doing Heart and Mind every day, so that'll be great. She also still does her journal weekly. Oh, I forgot to mark hers for this week. And you know, if I don't mark it, she won't do it. So I'm gonna do it right now while I'm talking to you. I just put a flag in here to remind them. And there's no reasons why it shouldn't get done. And then I make sure it's in her planner. So for her, I just made this planner. I bought some pages off of Teachers Pay Teachers. And let me make sure. Oh, I do have journal on there. Okay. Okay, so that's going well as well. And let me just look through her card here. I think that's all of her stuff. So that's kind of our February and March update and kind of our plans for the last quarter of our school year. So hopefully you're not bored to tears, but if you have any questions, let me know down below. And pretty soon I will be sharing our curriculum picks for next school year. I forgot to say, they both still are doing Type C for typing, and that is going well. They do it 1 day a week. And yeah, it's going well. We'll continue it. We'll pick it up again next year once we stop for summer, but it is going well. And in addition to my curriculum picks for next year, I'm hoping to also film, well, I have a lot of videos I need to film, but I'm also hoping to film one about our summer plans, but I'm still kind of finalizing those. I want to go very light this summer, but I would like to share with you what we're doing. So hopefully you will be seeing a lot of videos from me in the coming weeks. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day.